you know, just fresh out of high school, was doing the high school esports league. I mean, a lot of Smash Ultimate practice at the top level, online and offline. So even though they are no longer #1 on the PR, they're still very, very practiced.
And Drewish, number 12 on the most recent Michigan PR with that Palutena, a region very famous for being incredibly good from top to bottom. So 12 on that PR is at least top 5 on a lot of state PRs.
Yeah.
So this will be a great set here as well.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you think that either of these players have really the matchup experience in their own respective regions.
I think you're looking at Rob versus Palutena. I hope so.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a good point.
Yeah, if you don't know how to fight Palutena and Rob at this point in the game, you're doing yourself a disservice. Pal, not so much, just because like not quite as popular. I mean, she's still very popular, but as far as like tippity top level, not so much. Rob, he's everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
My toddler will probably know how to do like a landing there with Rob. Like extreme, like also has a lot of depth as a character as well, with a lot of gyro combos, a lot of different conversions. So like a character with a lot of room still to grow in the meta.
Yep.
So this will be a good one.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the rest of the set.
And this matchup in general is definitely how you think it'd go. Palutena has the opportunity to get a lot of combo strings onto Rob. Rob has a lot of opportunity on a tall character with very normalized weight circumstances as Palutena to find tech chases, to find combos. It's about advantage state, really.
Yeah, and I think that's where, you know, Palutena can get some circles ran around her at higher percent, where Rob's combos go forever, like we see there. Down throw, up tilt, up air. Yeah. Palos are mostly the low percent stuff, like with the nair confirms. So that's where it's going to get difficult for Drewish. He's going to need to really dominate neutral and keep these ledge traps going in order to be able to get a meaningful lead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here we go.
A lot of chases here. Expected.
Palutena down air is also an extremely underrated move.
Yeah.
It's really good for extending combos, really good for tech chases. So I like we're already seeing that come out from Drewish.
Yeah.
He's going to need all the help he can get to keep up with Henry LUMA's Rob in this set.
Very nice follow on the jump and the continued high recovery from Henry LUMA. Drewish finding that nice opening and evening up the stocks at a crucial moment too. 40%, any higher, and it's danger zone.
Yeah, and immediately putting Henry LUMA into the danger zone of that nair, racking up so much quick percent. With a small lead here now for Drewish all of a sudden, doing a great job of not letting Henry LUMA set up that projectile wall that Rob sometimes needs. But here we go. That's a lot of quick damage from Henry LUMA himself.
That was a really aggressive up B. Neutral get up. The back air so lingering right there. Not the sweet spot. Sweet spot will kill, but the up air follow, you can't be above Henry LUMA, but you have one more chance to be above him.
Here we go. Waiting for that down smash, trying to steal this out, but now Henry off stage here, using that great use of that laser just to disrupt that pressure. And now Drewish just has that strong back air from Palutena. You can't fight through that. Just doing a great job of continuing to put Henry off stage time and time again.
Gyro doesn't quite do anything for Henry LUMA here. Still at the corner, still off stage, still trying to get back in any way possible. Little too patient, Drewish calls it out.
And this is working out hard for Rob. Like, yes, he has a great recovery, but that doesn't really matter if you can't get your feet back on stage. And now, finally, but that up throw will take it, and Henry LUMA will take this game one.
Yep, as soon as Henry LUMA gets back to stage, Drewish can no longer go for these like aggressive aerial options. You know, it's obvious on a ledge trap, that's what you're looking for, but you can no longer be fishing for back air or up air or nair, because at any moment, Henry LUMA can swat you out of the air with up air, can catch your landing like we saw there with grab, or can like back up and space you out, hit you with like a landing gyro. And honestly, that whole first game came down to Drewish missing like 4 or 5 techs and getting a stock or 2 taken from it, and at the very least like 50%.
And also just like, did Henry LUMA get out of the corner? Because like when Drewish had him in the corner, so efficient with getting so much damage, but he couldn't finish his plate, so then Henry LUMA has so many more kill options in mid-stage.
Yeah. And
then he just couldn't, you know, get back to that situation, and Henry LUMA finished out the game.
Yep. I think Mudace just tweeted out, all of my Palutena players, please play a different character. You guys are so talented, but the character is mid. That was kind of an interesting like thought experiment right there, the ledge trap. Having to get 7 or 8 successful ledge traps as Palutena to kill the Rob, and then Rob only having to get back to center stage 1 time to have like 3 better options than you.
So yeah, it makes sense in a way. Like, yes, like Palutena dominates neutral, but how do you finish your play?
Yeah.
In a meta full of characters with extremely explosive advantage states, that doesn't matter if you keep them in the corner for a minute if they just get out and immediately kill you.
Yep.
And we're seeing that here again where Drewish is tacking on so much damage. Henry LUMA hasn't been able to play the game for so long.
No.
But he still has a stock. Never mind.
First roll that Henry LUMA did, but Drewish has honestly just been short hop back airing 4 rolls the entire time.
Yeah. But immediately losing his stock there. Like, questionable DI on that up air, which incredibly hard to consistently DI just with the nature of the multi-hit and how it sends you at the launch angles. But that kind of proves the point where it's like, okay, Drewish worked so hard to take that stock, and then Henry takes immediately after. Henry just consistently finding those grabs at kill percent, and he is making the most of it.
Yep, absolutely. And that was a pretty low percentage stock. I think it was like 70% on Palutena leading to the death there. Not able to mash out of the grabs fast enough. Has been proven problematic for Drewish so far a little bit this set, but we'll see if that carries on as an advantage has started.
Yeah, speaking of advantage, Drewish putting on just so much great damage there, getting that guaranteed damage out of the back air, side B, neutral B. Now, a little more damage. Could see Henry losing his second stock here. Another back air if he can get him back in that ledge trap situation. Yep. Here we go.
Laser getting Henry LUMA back to center here. Center-ish, I should say. Dash attack keeping Drewish an advantage. I love the spacing out. Force Henry LUMA to inch back to center and eat a back air if not successful.
Another back air. That back air's got to be mighty stale at this point. But he needs to finish this play. Will we get another roll out of the corner from Henry? No, but that even with the hold down on the back air, it still took the stock.
Yeah. Very interesting that Henry LUMA just kind of crouched right there.
Yeah, I thought the crouch cancel would like save him.
Yeah, exactly.
But now, does Henry, get that quick stock response again, or does Drewish finish the job here and even up the set?
Starting a nice little opening here. I like that Drewish isn't over-aggressing for fake combos right now or for like over-aggressive options to tack on a little bit of extra damage. It's go for something reliable, then back up and reset.
Yeah, but as you say that, getting a little too overzealous with that landed nair on the shield of Rob, and then Henry LUMA immediately just pulling out that up smash and getting himself back into this game. Can easily make up this percent. Here we go.
Retreating nair is not safe enough with that dash attack.
And now it's dead even. Even taking the lead here is Henry LUMA. He gets the down air and he takes the game. Just pull the rug out right from under him.
Yeah, speaking of these characters having been popular for so long, Drewish going for like one of those, I think that's the first time honestly we've seen that horizontal up B, but it is such like a normalized thing for Palutenas to go for, is to mix that in, especially when you're in disadvantage, especially when you feel like you need to reverse things. In that last stock, last hit situation, Drewish was panicking and wanted to get back into the driver's seat as soon as possible. And Henry LUMA understood that, went for that down air. I mean, it's a pretty low-risk down air to begin with, but great way to close that stock out for Henry LUMA. What's happening on main stage?
This just doubles. I'm going to guess, because of how loud the crowd is, that Chicago is doing well against the double Mega Man team of regularly Mofo and Peanut, but I can't see it.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's probably Toad Revolver, if I had to guess.
Yeah, we'll check that out right now.
But yeah, what makes this hard, like, Rob is so forgiving, and like, yes, he takes a lot of damage and disadvantage, but eventually he gets his feet out from under him.
Yeah.
And he does so much damage so quickly, whereas Palu has to consistently play well, and I feel like that's where Mutace's argument comes in, whereas you have to consistently be making the right decisions over and over and over and over again, both in advantage and disadvantage. So then Rob just, presses side B and you die.
Fantastic. If you guys have both the streams pulled up for Unrivaled and for UGS Gaming, then you know on the other stage what people are screaming for is actually the double Mega Man team versus Linus and Hawk.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone
loves to watch Linus and Hawk play doubles. Like, you get the two heavyweights out there making the most of their team synergy, and whether you're from Michigan or not, it's fun to watch.
Yep, absolutely. Getting back into this, though, not much has happened since Henry LUMA took that first stock. Drewish has been able to rack up a little bit of extra damage. Throwing back the gyro right there, not leading to anything, and yeah, going for those unsafe nair on shield.
Sure.
Forward smash, sure. Why not?
Yeah, that I hope that would outrange Rob's down tilt.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Henry just consistently showing he is ready for those landing nairs on shield, pulling out that up smash again.
Yep. I think that Drewish is kind of not going for Nair on shield like constantly, despite it being the best combo opener and a way to rack up damage. It's also the most punishable thing that you can do versus like a rising, retreating fair or back air falling. Like there's a lot of things that you can do, so you have to only go for Nair when it's an air-to-air situation.
Yeah, and finally finding a Nair there for that 43%, getting that ledge trapping situation. But I like that aggressive, quick forward air coming out from Henry. He hasn't really pulled that out yet to try to get off the ledge there quickly. And out back on stage here, trying to force his way out of the corner. This is where Drewish has really found the vast majority of his damage is in these kind of situations. But then he hasn't been able to finish his plate quick enough. And then Henry is just so confident with getting his kills, but just barely missing that down smash.
Very, very close. Now it's dead even. Drewish has the ledge trap successfully here. Good air dodge, not quite able to connect that. The back air actually misses just a tiny bit mistimed, and that's probably the entire stock here.
It's just crazy that Rob's down tilt just always leads to things that no matter the percent. Like he gets the tech chase or even like the bad situation set up there, puts him, you know, all the way off stage, gets him back on stage, gets the grab, and then gets the confirm yet again. He's so consistent with getting those kills off the down throw.
Yeah. And Drewish was caught mashing there, actually. Drewish, yeah, a really, really successful mash for the first time, but Henry LUMA sitting right next to Drewish probably heard that and said, you know what, I don't need to go for the up tilt. I'm just going straight up air.
The mash sound meta is a real thing.
Yeah.
Like, I would at least like look out of my corner of my eye, but I also looked out the corner of my eye and saw Henry like, oof, that was some bad DI on that Nair. Should not have died for that, but you know, still has the lead here. Puts himself off stage accidentally, probably was looking to throw that gyro.
Yeah.
But gonna be taking some damage here, not too bad.
Good parry on the laser, starting a little bit of extra damage for Drewish, but turned around, as soon as the gyro is on stage, it's always a different story, and the up tilt up air is gonna kill at 100% on Palutena, and Henry LUMA goes up 3-0, taking the set.
I thought this was gonna be a set that was probably gonna go more the distance, maybe like game 4.